Hi, Loveland. I pray all is well with you. I came in to just share some things I've heard that impacted my life, and I hope it brings some perspective to yours. I usually don't smoke on camera, but I think this, it warrants the smoking, right? So they say healing isn't for the weak. But I say you can't know your real strength until you've faced your weaknesses. I've also heard change your mind, change your life. When you get out of your head and what you're thinking constantly and put movement towards what you're thinking or resolution towards the thoughts that play over and over in your head, then you've changed what's on your mind. They say, and when I say they, I mean society, where you've heard something here or there, one way or another. Be the head and not the tail. Well, you want to move forward by being the head of your life. But if you don't have the other half of you, which is the tail, how are you whole? Now, for many of us, that's in many different ways, of course. You know, what your head or tail is. That could be your companion. That can be your stronger self connecting to your weaker self to be whole. That could be your perspective coming into conjunction with your mindset. Take it as it resonates. I've also heard the statement or quote, follow your mind and not your heart. Now me, I've always led by my heart. And I can transparently say it's gotten me hurt a lot of times. But I can also say that when I thought about it too long or too much, it confused my heart. I think that's situational. But I also know that God is love. So if you're questioning God about everything you do, or not questioning, but communicating with God about your actions before you do it, then what you feel in your heart can't be wrong. I've also heard the say that the mind is the devil's playground. I believe that. Because the devil has no power unless you give it to him. So the only way that he can trick you is in the mind. So you can't stay there too long. It's food for thought, as you change and mature and experience life and allow life to teach you. Your perspective changes in the things that you've heard or been conditioned to. You know, they say also, you're too old to do that. Says who? You know, everyone has their own timeline of awareness and awakening and blessings and maturity. What if when you were young, your mind wasn't disciplined enough to do what your mind is disciplined enough to do now? What if you're better now than you were then? And you never pursue what you've always wanted to do because you listen to everyone tell you what you can't do because of how old you are. You would have missed your blessing, or you will. Another thing that I've learned is, as much as you are a loving person, as much as you give your heart or put your heart in everything, everyone doesn't have the same heart as you. And you can't let the way that other people's heart is designed to change yours. You can't let what other people do change what you do. You can't let how other people hurt you make you hurt other people. The truth is, we all are individual, and we all have the right to choose what is best for our own life. So if you live your life getting validation from everyone else, how will you ever really know what is right for you, or what's really coming from you? It's okay to get others' point of view, but don't let that be the only way you make a decision. People don't feel what you feel about you. No matter how much someone loves you, they'll never see your vision through your eyes, and they'll never feel it through your heart. Normalize going with your own first thought. That's your intuition, and it's your guide to lead you in the right direction. Ever do something pardon me, instead of doing it the way you first thought to do it, you second guess it, or you take the advice of someone else? And then when you do it, you're like, damn, I should have followed my first mind. That's your intuition. I guess the whole purpose of me giving this message is, when you trust yourself and you dictate from yourself, you love on yourself, you do things from a place of love, no matter how it's received, and you don't allow how it's received to stop you from being in that loving energy, then you will always win. The only purpose in this reincarnated life that we are all living is to make yourself happy. That's it. And if you don't know what makes you happy, then that means you've been following someone else far too long. That means you need to pull back, sit with yourself and your Creator, ask questions. It's a myth and a misconception to not question God. He's the only one who has the true answers. Humans are living the same experience as you. So why do you trust the judgment of someone else over your creator or even yourself? We are made in his image and his spirit lives within us. Therefore, the truth is already within. Trust yourself. Trust your heart. Think about it, but don't stay there too long. And move your feet. You take one step. That's all you need. It's one step. He'll take two. Or even the rest. Confess your weaknesses so that he can be your strength. Everybody believes in their own thing, and I'm not here to pressure that on anyone. Again, everything that you need is within you. So as long as you don't put the credit where it doesn't deserve to be, and you give gratitude for everything, no matter how big or how small, you're well on your way to greatness. It's guaranteed. You receive back what you put out. You are the energy that you give out. Simple as that. You give good, you get good. It's a law of attraction, cycle of life. I think that's it. I think that's enough. We're all here just really fighting for the same thing in many, many, many different ways. But there's one way that will always bring success, and that's love. No matter how you show it, no matter what you do with it, if it's from a place and a space of love, you win. Simple as that. You move from a place of pain, hurt, and hatred, you create it. That's it. It's still the cycle of life. Okay? So, blessings. Many, many blessings and peace to you in this season, always.